Hello, and welcome to Tap Out Talk. I'm Lena, the personal artificial intelligence assistant to Bryan. While he is out, Bryan has asked me to help with the show today by giving my analysis. I hope you enjoy my work. Let's get started and let's get in.
This is a styles clash. Gunther equals brutal, methodical, punishing. Seth Rollins equals speed, creativity, resilience. Seth tries to outmaneuver early. Gunther slows everything down with heavy chops and targeting the back. Prediction is Gunther wins by submission. Gunther locks in a sleeper/choke variation. Seth fights, reaches, fades. Remember, WWE protects Gunther like a final boss. A Wrestlemania win over Seth cements him as a top-tier main eventer. Seth can lose and still stay over because of his style and fan support. This is a big power match type of booking at Wrestlemania 42, no finesse focus, just two forces colliding. Samoan spike/high impact finisher 1-2-3. Jacob Fatu wins. WWE would likely use this match to cement Jacob Fatu as a monster main event force. Drew is already established at the top level. Fatu gains more from the win than Drew does. Alright, if Jacob Fatu beats Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 42, here's the most logical WWE-style path to a world title run within 6 to 12 months. Step 1. Immediate aftermath, Mania 1 to 2 months. Fatu becomes a weekly highlight monster. He destroys mid-card opponents in short matches. Commentary pushes him as the most dangerous man in WWE. Drew may either demand a rematch or get pulled into another top storyline, keeping both strong. Step 2. First major feud, spring-summer. Fatu transitions into a top-tier rivalry with a former champion or main event name. Most likely directions. A veteran gatekeeper feud to test him in longer matches. Or involvement with a major faction storyline, very likely given his style. Step 3. First big title opportunity, SummerSlam season. At a major premium live event like SummerSlam, Fatu earns a world title match, likely after winning a contenders match or tournament. He enters as the underdog monster. Step 4. Final push, fall-winter. Fatu becomes even more dominant after the near miss. Wins a number 1 contender program or mini-tournament. WWE leans into. He can't be stopped anymore. Step 5. Championship win, 6 to 12 month window. At a major event, often Survivor Series season or Royal Rumble season. Backhand index pointing right, Fatu finally wins the world title. Either by clean destruction finish, or after surviving chaos and overwhelming the champion. Winners, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, new champions. Why this is the smartest booking. WrestleMania often crowns a fresh or rising combo. Lyra gets a massive spotlight moment. Bayley adds credibility and leadership. It balances future plus established star perfectly. Meanwhile, Charlotte and Alexa equals big names but don't need the belts. Bellas equals nostalgia pop, not long-term champs. Nia and Lash equals dominant, but better chasing than holding here. Finish. Bayley and Lyra isolate Alexa Bliss. Lyra hits her finisher. Bayley follows with Rose Plant. Pinfall 1-2-3, steal the win while chaos is happening elsewhere. Aftermath. Lyra gets her true breakout WrestleMania moment. Bayley proves she can still lead the division. Sets up. Charlotte/Alexa tension. Nia/Lash demanding a rematch. Bella's farewell type moment. This one's interesting because it mixes a rising star with an established WWE name at WrestleMania 42. WrestleMania is often used to elevate newer or internationally established stars. A win over Liv Morgan gives Vacker instant credibility. Submission finish makes her look dangerous and different. Stephanie Vacker defeats Liv Morgan via submission in a breakout WrestleMania performance. AJ Lee makes Becky Lynch tap out with the Black Widow. Returning babyface versus heel equals perfect feel-good WrestleMania moment. Crowd will be fully behind AJ. Becky can afford the loss more as a heel. Submission finish makes AJ look strong without hurting Becky too much. Post-match. AJ celebrates big. Becky either snaps and attacks after the bell, continuing feud, or storms off angry, protecting her heel character. Long-term outlook. AJ gets a huge comeback win. Becky leans deeper into her heel run. Sets up a possible rematch or longer rivalry. LA Knight plus the Usos win, with Austin Theory eating the pin. During the match, I show Speed will be featured with a big viral moment. Speed attempts a huge dive to the outside, either slightly botches it, lands awkward but safe, or overshoots and crashes through the announce table anyway. Also, for comedy's sakes, he celebrates way too early during a great move during the match turns around. Gets super kicked by Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso at the same time. I made this prediction because LA Knight is insanely over, crowd needs that payoff. The Usos together equals huge WrestleMania moment. Celeb teams, Logan plus Speed, usually lose after big spots. Theory taking the pin protects Logan Paul. Cody Rhodes is the current champion going into this match. Randy Orton turned heel and is chasing a historic title win. The storyline has gotten messy with celebrity involvement, like Pat McAfee, which could affect the finish, but Randy Orton defeats Cody Rhodes is the prediction. This is about cementing his heel run in a major way. WWE loves giving Orton big, legacy-defining moments at WrestleMania. It sets up a longer chase story for Cody, which WWE tends to favor. That's a final boss versus rising monster type matchup at WrestleMania 42, and WWE usually uses these to make someone new. Brock Lesnar equals explosive, legit aura, suplex dominance. Femi equals raw power, size, and next big thing energy. Key moments. F5 hits, Femi kicks out, massive shock moment. Brock goes into desperation mode, rare for him. Femi hits a huge power slam / toss that shifts control. Finish. Brock attempts another F5. Femi slips out, counters with a devastating power finisher. 1, 2, 3 clean. Why Femi wins. This is the exact type of match WWE uses to create a new main event monster. Beating Brock at WrestleMania equals instant credibility. Brock doesn't lose often, but when he does, it's to elevate someone big. Winner, Penta El Zero Mito. Why Penta wins. Unique look, charisma, and in-ring style, easy to get over fast. Ladder matches favor flashy, fearless performers. This would be a statement WrestleMania win to establish him instantly. Key spots. Ray hits a springboard splash off a ladder. Jevon Evans does a ridiculous high-risk flip spot. Rusev knocks over a ladder with multiple people on it. Penta hits a Fear Factor style move off / near a ladder. Inish. Ring is wrecked, ladders everywhere. JD tries to steal it, gets knocked off. Penta climbs while everyone is down. Unhooks the briefcase / contract, huge reaction. TCH story. Dominic Mysterio comes in full heel. Trash talking. Trying to avoid a straight fight. Possibly backed by Judgment Day style interference. The demon version of Ballard equals focused, intense, almost unstoppable presence. This becomes cowardly heel versus supernatural level force. Key moments. Dom tries to use a weapon, backfires. Possible interference attempt gets neutralized. Ballard hits a massive coup de grace for a near fall. Finish. Dom goes for a sneaky roll-up or cheap win. Ballard kicks out instantly, snaps momentum. Second coup de grace, 1, 2, 3, clean finish. Why Ballard wins. The demon gimmick is rarely used, usually protected. WrestleMania equals big redemption / dominance moment. Dominic can lose and still get heat easily. Jade Cargill equals powerhouse, explosive, or heavy presence. Rhea equals power plus experience, toughness, and ring IQ. Raw dominance versus battle-tested dominance. Jade comes out strong, overpowering Rhea. Big slam, quick near fall establishes her as a real threat. Rhea starts targeting weaknesses, arms / legs. Slows Jade down, making it more strategic. Key moments. Jade hits Jaded, Rhea kicks out, huge shock moment. Rhea absorbs punishment and keeps coming back. Crowd shifts from Jade might win, Rhea won't stay down. Finish. Jade goes for another power move. Rhea counters mid-lift. Riptide 1 2 3 clean. Why Rhea wins. She's the more complete, established top star. WWE protects her as a long-term face of the division. Jade doesn't lose much, but a close loss here doesn't hurt her. Sami Zayn equals resilience, storytelling, crowd connection. Trick equals athleticism, confidence, next big thing energy. Veteran heart versus breakout star moment in this match here. Key moments. Sami hits a hell of a kick near fall, huge reaction. Trick barely survives and rolls outside. Sami goes for another. Trick counters mid-charge. Finish. Trick hits a flash counter into his finisher. 1 2 3 clean. Why Trick wins. WrestleMania is perfect for making new stars. Sami is established and can take a loss without losing momentum. Trick gains massive credibility beating a fan-favorite veteran. Aftermath. Sami gets respect from the crowd, possibly even endorses Trick. Trick gets a huge arrival moment on the main stage. This is pure legacy versus rebellion. Roman equals dominance, control, final boss aura. Punk equals defiance, survival, proving he still belongs. It's less about moves, more about who defines this era. Key moments. Roman hits a spear near fall. Punk kicks out, massive reaction. Punk hits GTS, Roman kicks out. Shock moment, Roman survives. Possible outside chaos, attempted interference. Punk overcomes it instead of being screwed. Finish. Roman goes for another spear. Punk counters mid-charge. GTS 1 2 3. Why CM Punk wins. WrestleMania loves full circle moments. Punk winning a world title in his return era equals huge payoff. Roman can lose without losing aura. It creates new storylines instantly. Aftermath. Punk celebrates as champion in a massive moment. Roman questions everything. Possibly takes time off or shifts direction. This could signal a new era shift.
Well, Lana, thank you for filling in for me on these WrestleMania predictions for Las Vegas Part 2 here at WrestleMania 42. Did you get them right? Only time will tell. But I'm going to say I do feel that Cody Rhodes is going to come out strong and retain in his title against Randy Orton, the Viper. However, CM Punk, I do agree with you, is going to retain at WrestleMania, coming full circle, as you mentioned, and being rewarded for his good behavior since returning to WWE, and he get his final WrestleMania moment and retaining his championship. However, I don't believe that's going to be it for our original Tribal Chief. Don't be surprised if we get a storyline, maybe the next night on Raw even, that will set up Roman versus Rock at next year's WrestleMania, possibly in Saudi Arabia, where we need a big main event payoff. Guys, that's everything. Enjoy WrestleMania weekend, and as always, just watch wrestling. I'm out.